Carol and baby. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I didn't really know what to film. I kind of was bouncing ideas around my head back and forth. And someone actually suggested to me on Twitter, which if you don't follow me on there, you definitely should, at CG1346. But someone suggested that I do a Mandela Effect video, so that's what I'm going to do today. This is just the top 10, but if you guys do like this, leave me a thumbs up and let me know, and since there's hundreds of them, I could do a part 2, part 3, all that good stuff. So Michelle Platty actually is who I started watching for Mandela Effect videos. I'll link her video down below. She's done tons of episodes on it, so definitely check her out after this. We'll just get right into it. I'll insert photos of what people remember and what the real thing is, so you guys can kind of play along. Some of them are video clips that my editing software that I use is from 1998, so I won't be able to insert them, but you can definitely check them out on YouTube after watching this. So the Mandela Effect, it's by definition, I guess, when a mass amount of people remember something a certain way when it's actually that's completely wrong. It started when a ton of people started saying that they remembered Nelson Mandela actually dying in prison in the 80s, I think it was. But he, in reality, didn't die until I think 2012 or 2013. This phenomenon of false memories, so is now termed the Mandela Effect because of that. Some people think it has to do with parallel universes, or that there was a shift, I guess, in 2012 or stuff like that. You can fall down that rabbit hole if you want, but I just find them interesting and fun. I don't really know what I believe. I mean, I'm guessing, it's just false memories. It is really weird though. I mean, there's so many, it's not just a few conspiracy theorists or crazy people who remember in a certain way. It's a mass amount of people who remember things a certain way, and it's completely wrong. And there's actually one that I'm going to list. It's going to be like a bonus. It's number 11, where there's some things that people remember that don't even exist, which is just mind-blowing to me. So, first one is the one that started this all, well, besides Nelson Mandela, but the one that started this off for me and kind of what made everything go viral. And I still have yet to find a person who thinks it's the way it actually is, if that makes sense, but I'll tell you about it. So, this family of bears, it's these beloved kids books that we used to read. I think it was a TV show. Everybody remembers them, the Berenstain Bears, right? Is that what you remember? That's what I remember. Apparently, we are all wrong, and this took the internet by storm. It's actually the Berenstain Bears with an A, which just doesn't even sound right. I mean, I guess you can still pronounce it Berenstain, but it's just crazy. And the people who actually write the books, their last name's Berenstain, and they've said that's how it's spelled all the time, but all of us remember it being Berenstain, and honestly, in my heart, I believe it's Berenstain, but something happened. Someone stepped on a bug or something and altered things, and that E just turned into an A. It's crazy, but that's definitely the number one Mandela Effect that's always floating around the internet that gets people kind of scratching their heads and wondering what's going on. This next one is a big one too. So, the famous scene in Star Wars when Darth Vader's talking to Luke. What does he say to him? You say, Luke, I am your father? You're wrong. Which is just crazy to me. And it's weird I can't insert the video clip, but if you go back and watch it, just hearing it just sounds wrong too. But apparently, he said, no, I am your father. He never said Luke. And the craziest thing is there's actually a video clip, I think you could probably find it on YouTube, of, oh gosh, what's his name? The guy who plays Darth Vader. Slipping my mind. I should know this. But there's a clip of a guy who played Darth Vader, and he's talking about when he first read the script, and he says something along the lines of, when I first read that line, Luke, I am your father. So it's just weird to me that the guy who actually played Darth Vader even remembers it the way that we do, but we're all wrong. He just said, no, I am your father. The next one is from our beloved Snow White. I love this movie. I used to watch it all the time. I'm pretty sure every cat I had, I would just name them after one of the 7 dwarfs. So, the famous line in Snow White when the evil queen is looking into her mirror, what does she say? Did you think mirror, mirror on the wall? You're wrong. Apparently she actually says magic mirror on the wall, which, you know, a lot of Mandela effects are just like little things like this where you can kind of understand how it got, you know, the word mirror and magic got messed up. But it's crazy because there's, you know, merchandise and everything from Disney of things that say mirror, mirror on the wall. So that's a really weird one to me too. The next one is a beloved show from the early 2000s, maybe mid 2000s. I don't remember. I didn't really watch it, but everybody knew about it, and it was the show Sex and the City, which is what everybody remembers. But apparently it's actually Sex and the City. Which again, you know, it's just two little words that could flip-flop, but it's just weird. And again, there's memorabilia that people found of like perfumes and stuff that actually say Sex in the City. But it was never in, it was always and. The next one is from Pokemon. So I loved Pokemon when I was little. I didn't watch the show too much, but just like any kid in the late 90s, I collected Pokemon cards for some reason. I don't know why. It's not like I actually like played the game. But it's about Pikachu. So how do you remember Pikachu? Do you guess A or B? So any of you who chose the one with the black tip on the tail, which is what I remember, are wrong. Apparently Pikachu has always just had a straight yellow tail with like little brown, not black, brown on the end of it, or towards the beginning of his tail. But yeah, Pikachu never had a black tip on his tail. But we all remember it that way for some reason. The next one, so this is one of those ones, there's a couple in here where you can find pictures of people actually dressed up as this character the way we all remember it, but apparently we're all wrong. So of this next picture, do you think A or B is correct? If you chose the one with the monocle, you're wrong. Apparently, the Monopoly Man never had a monocle, even though everybody who dresses up as him has a monocle. But we're all wrong. He never had a monocle. The Planters Peanut guy had a monocle, so that could be where, you know, the mishap happened. But yeah, he never had a monocle. This next one I actually found. I'm sure someone had already found it online, but Michelle Platty was having a live stream where she was just talking with fans and stuff, and I just randomly saw this on TV, so I wrote it to her really fast, and I was like, hey, does anybody remember it this way? But it's from the beloved movie Annie. The song that she sings about tomorrow. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love it. I'm not gonna sing it. You're only a day away. Right? Wrong. Apparently, it's you're always a day away. Which makes sense, I guess, but I swear it was always only. The next one is Looney Tunes. Do you think A or B is correct? If you chose Toons, T-O-O-N-S, you're wrong. Which is what I remember too, but apparently it's always been Toons, T-U-N-E-S, which I guess, because there's music in it, but it wasn't like they always sang, so I don't really know why it would be Tunes like a song instead of Tunes like cartoons, but apparently it's always been T-U-N-E-S. This next one is our beloved Mickey Mouse. My son is obsessed with Mickey Mouse. I've watched every movie, TV show, anything with Mickey Mouse in it. He's completely obsessed. But do you remember Mickey Mouse with suspenders? You're wrong. Apparently Mickey Mouse has never had suspenders, even though again, in costumes that people wear of Mickey Mouse, usually it has suspenders, but apparently we were all wrong and he's never had suspenders. The next one is, again, one of these ones where if you look at people wearing the costumes of it, you think that's how everybody remembers it, but we're all apparently wrong. It's from the movie Risky Business. So in the movie, in the famous dance scene that Tom Cruise does, what is he wearing? Did you say a white button-up shirt and sunglasses? You're wrong. He's always just worn a pink shirt and there were no sunglasses. Even though, again, Any college girl, if you look up pictures who dressed up as this, they always wear a white button-up shirt and sunglasses. But that's wrong. So this last one just completely blows my mind. I still can't wrap my head around it, but so, do you remember a movie from, I think, the late 90s with Sinbad, the actor Sinbad, where he was a genie? I don't remember the plot, but it was called Shazam. Apparently, it never existed. So, there is a movie with Shaq as a genie called Kazam, but the reason this is still a Mandela Effect is because a lot of us, including me, remember two separate movies. So I used to live right across the street from a video rental place when I was, I think, late teens, early teens. And I swear, I remember going in there and seeing, the ads and stuff for the movie Shazam. And I was like, oh, I love Sinbad. He was funny, I think I saw him on Fresh Prince and Saturday Night Live and stuff like that. And I remember saying, oh, I really want to see that movie. I swear I've seen the movie. But a few weeks later, I think it was, or maybe a month or so later, I saw the ads for Kazam with Shaq, and I was like, I remember thinking to myself, that's really weird that they would do, like the same genie movie. I thought maybe it was like a sequel, or just like a parody of the movie Shazam. But Sinbad himself has said on Twitter that he never acted in a movie called Shazam, and it never existed. So, that's mind-blowing to me. But yeah, those are like the top 10 like main Mandela effects that are always circulating around. Like I said, there's hundreds of them, so if you want me to do a part 2, definitely give me a thumbs up and let me know. But that's it, guys. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Hit the little bell so you'll be notified next time I upload. And that's it for me. I hope you guys are having a good day. Remember to stay creative, and I'll see you next time. Bye.